This is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 15. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay.
So we're supposed to rely on the Father for whatever we're going through. He's gonna give us a mouth and wisdom for whoever comes in our life, so we won't have to gainsay. You know what I'm saying? So they can't gainsay us, right? Mm-hmm. And people gonna come against us anyway. People gonna come against our lifestyle. They're gonna come against us claiming to be Israelites. They're gonna come against everything. But guess what? We're still gonna get the victory because we're gonna stay faithful, right? Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. And ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinfolks and friends.
Now you see that you're gonna be betrayed, so get ready for it. If Yahushua was telling his disciples here and the other people that were listening that wanted to follow what's righteousness, if he was telling them here that they were going to be betrayed by friends and brothers and all these different people, guess what? We're going to be betrayed. So it's our job as elders to try to make sure that we uphold and talk to as many of these youth as we can to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Because we know that they're gonna come with wounded hearts, bro. A lot of y'all are gonna come and we're gonna have some wounded hearts because you're not gonna get what you want from the world outside, but you will get what you want when in the midst of brotherhood, right? Go ahead.
And ye shall be betrayed by parents and brethren and kinfolk and friends, and some of you they shall cause to be put to death.
Some of us ain't gonna make it. Some people gonna fall. Go ahead.
And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake.
When he said for my name's sake, because I want to keep these laws. When he said because Yahushua is the laws. Yahushua is the righteousness. He's the word, like he says in the book of John. Now watch this. Read on.
But there shall not an hair of your head perish.
Watch this.
In your patience.
In your what?
In your patience possess ye your souls.
He said, call the book, chapter, verse out and read that again.
Luke chapter 21, starting at verse 19. And in your patience possess ye your souls.
You hear, he says, in your patience possess ye your souls. In your patience possess ye your soul. So you're going to have control over yourself once you gain that patience. Once you get your legs up under you, as we say, you're going to do better with that control over yourself. But it says in your patience, you're going to possess your soul, right? We're going to keep it there. We're going to make sure our people understand these things. Go ahead. That's all I want. Go to Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 34. We're going to get a little bit more on patience. We're going to get a little bit more. I think our people, our brothers and sisters need these precepts.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 34.
And when y'all can remember, y'all need to read these things for yourself whenever you on your own. You need to be taking notes. Go ahead.
It's the book of Hebrews, 10, verse 34. And ye had compassion of me in my bonds, and took joyfully the spoiling of your goods, knowing in yourselves that ye have in heaven But then let's just pay attention to this. He says, because this is what gets me. It don't be the heavy things, because I usually do well with enduring the heavy stuff.
Right.
Right. What it is what? He says, let us lay aside every weight, that's the heavy stuff, and the sin which what? Does so easily beset us. He talking about that small, simple stuff that we like. I can't take it no more.
Right.
What we call it? The straw that broke the camel's back.
That's
right? That's the thing that easily beset us. And it says what? And let us run with my brother's lesson. Patience. Let us run. I get it. I'm not. Please don't ever assume that because we sit here and we wear a leadership badge or whatever. Please don't assume that we don't deal with these things. Please don't assume that we're not like, oh my God, I just paid this and now they taking some more money out. Please don't assume that we're not looking at it like, oh my God, my rent is killing me now. Please don't assume that we don't deal with these things. But it's not only the big things, because a lot of times we'll pull ourselves together to deal with the big things. But let us get a flat tire on the way home. Break down, tears running down your face, big snot bubble and everything else, right? From a flat tire, you got a spare in the car,
right?
You got the jack in the car. You finna fix this in 10 minutes, but we'll let that one thing just throw us all off. What happened? Sabbath day come, you get into it with your wife. I'm going back home.
Yeah,
right now you feel like you should go back home. We're gonna let that small little disagreement, that small little argument. Listen, I'm guilty of stuff like this too.
Yeah,
I'm guilty of letting the small things get in my way or breaking me down. It happens to us all. But this is why the scripture is telling us. Wherefore, see, we also are compassed. We're all surrounded with the same stuff.
That's right.
We're all compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, right? And let us lay aside every weight, the heavy thing, and the sin which does so easily, the small thing, beset us. And let us run with patience the race that is set before us. Man, let's just stick to it, y'all. Man, keep pushing. Hey. We've all watched the Olympics, or we've all watched somebody's track and meet where that one person start off and they have a horrible start, but they end up killing that race. They beat everybody, and noticeably too. We got to just, forget how we started. Let's just keep running hard, y'all.
Just keep going.
That's all.
Yep. Really. No, that's right and exact. And that's exactly why we're doing this lesson, to show our brothers that, look, there are going to be obstacles that are going to come up. Things are going to happen, but you have to run the race with patience. Don't stop. And a lot of times, and I say that our elders never had for us, because nobody showed me this scripture when I was coming up. Nobody showed me how to concentrate, how to focus, how to, you know what I'm saying? These things when I was coming up. And so now I believe the spirit of the Ruach has come on the earth. And so we're supposed to do something with this spirit. So we're supposed to use this spirit to what? Teach our brothers, our young brothers, what they need to be doing. And that's exactly what me and my brother are trying to do. Watch this. Read the next verse.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 2. Looking unto Yahushua, the author and finisher of our faith.
Wait, he's the what?
The author and finisher of our faith.
Yahushua is the author and the finisher of our faith. So we remember what he went through. Sometimes it's hard for us to think about what Yahushua went through, because we don't get to embody that. We don't think about it. But he's the author and finisher of our faith. Read on.
Who, for the joy that was set before him, endured the cross.
He did what?
Endured the cross.
He endured the cross. So it's going to take patience so we can endure the cross, or endure our bad situations like he did. Go ahead.
And is set down at the right hand of the throne of Yahweh.
So once we get through enduring, we will sit down at the right hand, meaning be on the right hand, on the right side of things. That's a term we used to use, on the right side of things, and we didn't know what it meant. When you sit on the right-hand side of the Most High, that means that you're doing everything you're supposed to do. That means you're in line with him, right? That means he's going to protect you. That means things are going to be okay. Be on the right side of things. That's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to show our people, right? Now go back
to 3.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It says, for consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners against himself.
Such what?
Such contradiction of sinners against himself.
Meaning people going opposite or pushing against him. Go ahead.
Lest ye be weary and faint in your mind.
So you're the faint if you don't
Shai. So, well, while we think we're dealing with rent and bills, the wife, the husband, the kids, right? While we're thinking we're doing this, he said, you think you're dealing with that? You think you won't keep your eyes focused on the prize and run the race? All praises. So you know what you should be paying attention to? Look unto Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
Man, can you honestly say, I love black people to death, but getting the skin beat off my back for y'all, I don't know if I could do it.
No, that's that. Most of us,
y'all get on my nerves too much. We too hard headed and stiff neck. I can see myself now, like, man, they ain't gonna listen anyway. You can stop beating me,
right?
Right? But he said no. He said, we don't need to be like that because we got to do it. Go back up. He said, let us run with patience the race that is before us. Now, how do we do that? How do we run our own race? Look unto Yahweh Shai, the author and finisher of our faith. Right? Author is the root word. The root word to authority is author.
That's right.
Right? So he's the authority of our faith and the finisher of it. Right? So the beginning and end. Who for the joy was set before him endured the cross. So with joy, he was like, yeah, Father, that's what I'm doing. Man, as long as I'm doing your work, that's how he was. And that's how we got to be.
That's how we got to be.
Right? He says, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of Yahweh. For consider him that endures such contradiction of sin against himself. All these people who were against Christ, all these people who were contrary to Christ, guess what? His brothers didn't believe him until he was gone. His best friend, one of his closest friends, betrayed him. His best friend denied him. Right? All these things are going to come. They're going to come to happen. I've lost friends. I've bumped heads with loved ones. It's going to happen. I don't know an Israelite who it has not happened to. So it's going to happen. But this is why he said we got to do what? Go back up to verse 2. Look unto Yahweh Shai. Well, how did he endure it? What did he do? What was the method and how he did it, right? So it was the way that we had it, and the way that we had to do it was we had to look to him. How does he do it? For the joy that was set before him endured the cross, right? And then you go and say what? Going back to verse 3, he says, "For consider him that endures such contradiction of sinners against him, lest ye be what? Weary, tired, and faint," meaning fall out or give up.
That's right.
In what? In your minds. It's something that we got to get out. We got to put it in our mind. We got to lock in. That's what we like to say nowadays. Lock in, right? What Mr. Miyagi tell Daniel? Focus down your tongue. Focus down your tongue. Focus. We gotta focus Israel son. Right? We gotta lock in though, and that's what that's saying. And the thing we gotta lock in on is Christ, how he did it, the patience, the endurance, the strength, the faith, the confidence. I'm rocking with the Father on this all the way, right? And this is what that is. That's all I want to, brother.
No, that's perfect. That's right and exact, brother. And we apologize for these. We're gonna rebuke Satan, and we're gonna keep this class going because the devil trying to do everything, and that's why I know
that's how you know this is supposed to go out.
It's supposed to go out because the devil doing everything he can to stop this class, and he's not gonna do it. Go back to James chapter 1 and verse 5. We're not gonna even let it go down.
This is the book of James, chapter 1, verse 5.
Read that.
If any of you lack wisdom.
If anybody lack wisdom or don't have understanding, go ahead.
Let him ask of Yahweh.
When you ask of Yahweh, you're going to learn through the scriptures. Let him learn through these scriptures. Go ahead.
That give to all men liberally.
All Israelites liberally. Go ahead.
And upbraideth not.
Go ahead.
And it shall be given him.
And he's not going to hold you back if you're willing to learn. It's going to be given you if you humble yourself and you're willing to learn. You're going to get this. You're going to get this work. You're going to get this knowledge. You're going to get this work, as they say, right? read the next verse for me. We're going to read to.
We're in verse 6.
Verse 6.
This is James chapter 1, verse 6. But let him ask in faith.
Let him ask in what?
In faith.
Let him be faithful in asking. Let him believe he's going to receive it in faith. Go ahead. Don't waver in your faith. Don't waver in anything that you're doing. Go ahead.
For he that For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of Yahweh.
Don't think that you're going to receive anything if you don't have it in faith. Don't think you're going to receive it if you don't believe you're going to receive it. If I ask something, if this scriptures tell me to do something, I know I'm going to receive it. When Yahweh said in Matthew chapter 5 and verse 48, be ye therefore perfect, even as my Father is perfect, I know I can do it because he told me that. So I know I can do it. Right? Go ahead. Oh, we're going to read to 8, but keep reading.
Verse 8. A double-minded man.
A what?
A double-minded man.
A man who thinking here and there to and fro and not stable. Go ahead.
A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
So you can't be double-minded. You can't halfway think you're going to get it. You can't halfway think, oh, that's going to be okay, or that's going to be this or that. No, you can't do that. You have to ask in faith, nothing wavering, right? We got to make sure we're doing that, right? You got anything, King?
No.
Go to First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 12. Well, that devil bit. We ain't gonna let that devil win today, man. We ain't gonna let him win, man. Can't let him win.
He said First Thessalonians
5 and 12. Damn devil.
This is the book of First Thessalonians, chapter 5 and verse 12.
Bring that out.
And we beseech you, brethren, to know them which labor among you and are over you in the Lord.
So this is talking about leadership. This is talking about how we're supposed to act with each other in a congregational leadership, how we're supposed to behave. Go ahead.
And admonish you. Verse 13. And to esteem them very highly in love for their works.
And
for their works' sake, and to esteem them very highly in love for their work's sake.
This is talking about just having respect for people that are in authority. A lot of times when we're coming back together, and when I was talking about our elders and how we didn't have the correction or the guidance that you guys may have, this is just talking about how to treat the people who are there for you and the people who are elders over you. We ain't talking about a dismember situation or follow to. We're talking about in a congregation of brothers and sisters coming together and we loving on each other, right? Go ahead.
Verse, did I finish 13? I'm start over. First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 13. And to esteem them very highly in love for their work's sake, and be at peace among yourselves.
Be at peace among who?
Yourselves.
So we're trying to help you guys to have peace among yourselves. Go ahead.
Now we exhort you, brethren, warn them that are unruly. Comfort the feeble-minded.
Do what?
Comfort the feeble-minded.
It says, warn them that are unruly, people that are out of order. Warn them, talk to them, give them scriptures. And it says, comfort the feeble-minded. Go ahead.
Support the weak.
Do what?
Support the weak.
People who, there are some of you guys that are going to be weaker than others. Some people are going to be way stronger than others, but it tells us to support the weak. When we understand a person has a weak conscience or a weak mind, we're going to try to nurture that and help that person. Go ahead.
Support the weak. Be patient toward all men.
Be what?
Patient toward all men.
We're supposed to show patience. Sometimes when we don't understand certain things people are going through, we're supposed to show that patience, right? This scripture is not only for the person that is the subordinate or the person under, it is for all of us to look at this together, right? We're supposed to be patient towards all men in all things, right? Read on. No, that's
all you want?
No, I want more. I want verse 15. I apologize.
Verse 15. See that none render evil for evil unto any man, but ever follow that which is good.
Always follow which is righteous. Always keep yourself in righteousness. Never go to the other way. Never go to a way that we know that's not good. Don't ever say, man, you got me messed up, because we already know the pride sets in when you do that, right? Right? Go ahead. We get read all the 15.
No. See that none render evil for unto any man, but ever follow that which is good, both among yourselves and to all men.
So we're gonna always have this attitude or this type of understanding with everybody that we run into. We're gonna keep that same level-mindedness. We're gonna keep that same confidence or positivity, regardless of where we go. Even if we're dealing with the other nation, we're just gonna be positive and we're gonna be righteous. Regardless, we're gonna be an example to our people, and we're gonna show royalty to other nations, right? And this is how we're going to
So when you're dealing with other brothers, right? And to all men, or when you're in front of people and when you're not. Like we have to always follow that which is good.
That's right.
Someone's watching or not.
That's right.
You said Psalm, the 37th Psalm, and
we're gonna go to Psalms chapter 37 and verse 7.
This is the 37th Psalm, the 7th verse.
You know, watch this.
Rest in Yahweh and wait patiently for him.
Rest in the Most High and wait patiently for him. Go ahead.
Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way.
Watch this. When it tells us to rest in Yahweh, that means always be in these scriptures. Always meditate and chew on these scriptures. Be patient. Just pray and fast whenever something's really, really bad in your life. But rest in Yahweh. Go ahead. Read on.
Who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass.
Read on.
Cease from anger.
Cease from what?
Cease from anger, and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil.
So it says cease from anger. So when we're dealing with people, we're dealing with ourselves, we're dealing with situations, we want to cease from being angry. Don't let anybody see you being angry. You want to, that's go opposite of that. And then it says, and forsake wrath. We got to remember to forsake wrath, right? And it's easy to gain wrath, but it's hard to remember to forsake it, right? And then it says, fret not thyself in any wise to do evil, because we don't want to put ourselves in those situations. We understand that if anything volatile happens, we can defend ourselves, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about managing our emotions in dealing in everyday life struggles. So we got to learn how to manage. So this verse here helps us to manage our emotions in dealing with everyday stuff, everyday struggle, right? And we want to keep that in mind, right? I want you to jump to Psalms chapter 40, and I want you to read verse 1. You're going to read 1 through 5.
This is the 40th Psalm, the first verse.
Now watch this.
I waited patiently.
I did what?
I waited patiently for Yahweh, and he inclined unto me and heard my cry.
So when we wait patiently, when we're waiting for him, that means we're settled. We're subtle in thought. We're calm in thought. We're calm in our actions. We're doing exactly what we're supposed to do. Go ahead.
He brought me up also out of a horrible pit.
He brought me up out of what?
He brought me up also out of a horrible pit.
If we stay faithful to the Father, he's going to bring us up out of whatever horrible situation that we're in. That's what he's talking about. Go ahead.
Out of the miry clay.
Out of the what?
Miry clay.
Because remember, he can make the situation be whatever he wanted to be. He formed us. He shaped us out of what? He calls us miry clay. He can make us be what he wants us to be. So just like the situation can be shaped to be bad, guess what? He can shape it for your benefit too. And sometimes what you think is the worst thing you ever experienced, sometimes it's the best thing that happened for you, but you don't see it till later. You see it as a horrible travesty while you're going through it, but later on you'll look back and say, dang, I needed that. That was something I needed to go through. I didn't know. I would have never done it if it hadn't been ripped away from me like it was. Then I wouldn't have understood things the way I can understand it now. You see? Go ahead.
Excuse me.
You stopped on out of the miry clay.
Mm-hmm. He brought me up also out of a horrible pit and out of the miry clay, and set my feet upon a rock, and established my goings.
Watch this. When he said he set my feet up on a rock, he set me to the righteousness. He gave me these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's the rock to what I'm supposed to be doing. So when you don't know what to do, when you don't know what you need to be doing, you can put your feet on that rock. What is that rock? Yahweh Shai is our rock. He tells us always to stay on the law, statutes, and commandments. So that rock, if you don't know nothing else to do, you know to do what Yahweh Shai told us to do. Go ahead.
And he hath put a new song, and he hath put a new song in my mouth, even praise unto our God. Many shall see it and fear, and shall trust in Yahweh.
So the new song is that new attitude, that new spirit. When we have that new song in our mouth, we're changing our attitudes, we're changing our spirit, we're changing that mean way we used to be, or that any backed up things that were in us, we're changing them. Read on.
Many shall see it and fear, and shall trust in Yahweh. Blessed is that man that man
Man that maketh Yahweh his trust. And read on.
and respecteth not the proud.
And respecteth not the what?
The proud.
When we see people that look like they're prospering and they're wicked, we see people that look like they're doing better than us, but you know they're not keeping no laws. He said, don't even look at that. That's something that doesn't even concern you. You know, they're gonna get what they're gonna get, right? Go ahead.
Where we at? We in
verse 4.
Respecteth not the proud. Nor such as turn aside to lies.
Nor such as turn aside to what?
To lies.
So when we think that wicked person is doing better than us, or they getting something that we're turning aside to lies when we go that way of that wicked person. But the Father said we're not supposed to do that. We're not supposed to deal with that. We're supposed to say, you know what? That's his lot. Whatever he got going, that's fine. I see him. He's what they call it. I'm balling. He balling. I see him balling. That's fine. But I'm finna run my race, and the Father gonna give me what I need for me. Right?
If you look at verse 1, excuse me, he says, I waited patiently, and we look at it and we say, look at the definition that we gave of patience earlier today, right? It says, I waited patiently, and we were saying how it means to be resilient with faith, to endure with resilience and faith, right? You know what it's really speaking on when you really pay attention to it. We got to get out the way.
Yes.
You know, we going through something, and then we want to start putting our hands in it and start trying to fix it ourselves.
Right.
Waiting patiently mean I'm gonna sit back and let you do it, Dad. That's really what it means.
Right.
I'm gonna sit back and listen. I called on you for your help, because obviously I don't know what I'm doing. So I called on you for the help. Let me sit back and let you do it.
Right.
Let me let you handle it. That's waiting patiently on the Most High.
That's right.
That's all I have.
No, that was perfect. Go to 1 Peter 2:20. And then we got Ecclesiastes 7:3, and we go because Esau is clowning, man. Matter of fact, if I can, man, go to Ecclesiastes 7:3 first, because we may not this boy Esau is something.
Ecclesiastes
7:3.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 3. Sorrow is better than laughter.
He's telling us, and sometimes we don't understand that sorrow is better than laughter. When we go through things, it's actually maturing us. When we go through pain, he can't really mature you if everything you deal with is happiness and joy and glee and all that. So sometimes sorrow is better than happiness. But that's what he's telling us. Sorrow better than laughter. Go ahead.
Sorrow is better than laughter. For by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better.
You see what I'm saying? Sometimes when you go through something, that harsh situation actually matures you. That's how he said. That's why he's saying the heart is made better. It says, for by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better. Situations that's volatile that we've been through in our life matures us and actually makes us better, deal with life better. So don't always frown when you're dealing with something that's hard to deal with. Go ahead.
You want me to read more?
Oh, yeah.
Verse 4.
I want you to read from 3 to 5.
Verse 4. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning.
So when you are wise and you got wisdom, you're always going to second look at things. You're always going to be very careful of the way you go about, right? It's in the house of mourning. The heart of the wise is. Go ahead.
But the heart of fools is in the house of mirth.
Meaning it's in the house of I always want to be happy and jam and kick it and party. That's the house of mirth. And the person who's kicking it and party is not looking down the road for what could happen, going to happen. They're not planning for the future. They're not growing in wisdom. They just having fun in the moment, right? But we want to always be very subtle in our behavior so that we can be mature, we can grow in a situation and get better. Go ahead.
It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise.
It is better to what?
Hear the rebuke of the wise.
It's better to hear the rebuke of the wise than to what?
Than for a man to hear the song of fools.
So it's better to hear correction, hear where you need to be, what you need to be doing. Sometimes you have to work hard. Right now, my two sons are still in school, about to graduate, but they are having to buckle down and deal with things that they may not necessarily want to deal with at the moment, right? But it's going to grow them and it's going to help them. It's going to mature them. I know my youngest son is definitely going to mature from this stuff he's going through. He calling me every other day on some stuff, and he's learning. He's learning how to deal with people, and he's learning he's learning the do's and don'ts of people in relationships. Go ahead, read verse 5.
Ecclesiastes 7 verse 5. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools.
It's better to hear the rebuke of the wise than the song of fools. It's better to do that. And a lot of times we don't think that because we always want the rebuke of the wise. We want the good stuff. We want the mirth. You know what I'm saying? We want the joyous stuff for the party. And you can't, for you to grow, you can't have it like that all the time. For you to get better, you can't have it like that all the time. Right? First Peter 2:20, and that's it. Because this whew.
Well, let me get into some of that, what you did.
Get some, man.
Three. Really, I would like verse 2. It says, it is to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. It's better for us. It's not talking about. It's talking about it's better. That's you. This is what people say. You taking the lemons and you gonna make lemonade out of it.
Right.
Well, you know what? We kind of been really good at that for a long time.
Yes.
But what we got to do is we got to lock in and be resilient in our faith with the Most High and in our obedience in the faith of the Most High, right? So this is why it says it's better for us to go to the house of mourning. It's better for us to go through that because it's going to make us be resilient through the patience and the faith, right?
That's right.
To go to the house of then to go to that house of feasting, meaning partying.
That's right.
For that is the end of all men. So what's the end of all men? The house of feasting.
That's right.
You praying all damn day, right? He says, and the living will lay it to his heart. The living gonna lay that lesson that morning to their heart. They're going to think about it. They're going to grow from that, right?
Right.
Now drop down to 3. He says, sorrow is better. No, excuse me, drop down to verse 5. He said, it is better to hear the rebuke of the wise. It's better for you to go through that morning and then somebody tell you, you know what? This is where you went wrong at. Yep. This is why you didn't succeed. This is how you should have handled that situation, right? It's better for you to hear that rebuke than what? Look at what it says. It takes you right back to that same house of feasting, that same house of party. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools. Go turn on your radio.
Right.
Go turn on your radio and see the influence it have on our young people today. Man. They just listen to the song of fools. You know why we used to like Tupac so much? Because Brenda's got a baby. You know why we used to like Tupac so much? Because Dear Mama. You know why we love Tupac so much? 16 on death row. If I died tonight. Because he was singing songs of pain that we can readily identify with. Yep. You know why we used to love Ice Cube? How to Survive in South Central. Yep. He was giving us songs that's like, oh my God, I readily identify it. You want to know one of my favorite singers? Marvin Gaye. What's going on? What's happening? Right? Yep. He's constantly singing out these things. Yep. Stevie Wonder was constantly singing out these things. These are things that it's like their music was rebuking us as the nation of people back then, saying that we need to get together back then. Yeah. They was pointing out poverty and death, drug abuse, our abuse of women, our lack of love for our children. They was pointing all this out back then. Yep. It's better for us to get that rebuke than for us to listen to some fool telling us about his bands that he got. Right?
And I don't understand that part.
It's just this is why it's saying that. It's better. Let's get your last precept. Let's close it out right.
Let's do 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 20. Right, let's try to do it right.
You doing it.
You right, Doc. You right.
You said we ain't gonna let them do it. You doing it. Close it out all the way, Doc.
Big con.
1 Peter 2
in verse 20.
In verse 20. This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 20. For what glory is it if when you be buffeted for your faults,
when you get reprimanded and when things bad happen to you for things that you do wrong, watch this, read on.
If you be buffeted for your faults, ye shall take it patiently.
Take it how?
Ye shall take it patiently.
Watch this. When you go through stuff, you're going to learn how to take these things patiently. Take these things with patience. Don't fall out at what they say. Don't crash out.
Don't crash out.
Don't crash out when things happen and you know things are not going the way you need them to or want them to. Don't crash out. Take them patiently. Go ahead.
But if when you do well and suffer for it,
now it's telling you when sometimes you're gonna do the right thing, you're gonna do everything right, but you're gonna still suffer for it. Watch how
you know what that's going to. Them 2 young men that you said got that scholarship and things didn't go right. Y'all brothers, hold on, man.
Yep.
Y'all hold on, because you want to know why? Because if you can hold on and keep your eyes on the Most High, remember Peter got out the water and walked on that thing with Christ.
Yep.
As soon as he took his eyes off, what happened? Y'all keep your eyes on the prize, man.
That's right.
The Most High gonna hold y'all. He got y'all hands.
That's right.
Right.
Amarion and Jabari, listen to this. Make sure y'all understand what he's saying. Go ahead.
For what glory is it if when you be buffeted for your faults, you shall take it patiently? But if when you do well and suffer for it, you take it patiently, this is acceptable with God.
When you do the right thing and it still don't come through for you, you still take it patiently, and that's when the Most High gonna bless you for your humbleness. Trust me on this, y'all. Keep reading.
Verse 21. For even hereunto were ye called.
You called to do this, but guess what? Y'all's maturity is gonna grow. Y'all's confidence is gonna grow. Y'all's faith is gonna grow because of what you went through. All of these things are gonna grow. Go ahead.
Your spiritual strength is going to grow. Your faith will grow.
That's
You're going to be you right now. You spiritually bodybuilding.
That's right.
Now that's what
you're
doing.
I like that.
Spiritually bodybuilding.
I like that.
You building up them shoulders and them arms and them back. You know why? Because Christ said He said you got to carry your cross, right? Where you gonna carry that?
That's right.
On them shoulders, arms, and back.
That's right.
You building it up, y'all. Y'all don't give up. Don't get tired.
I like that. I like
for
that.
for even hereunto were ye called. So you were called for this purpose, because Hamashiach also suffered for us,
Think about his suffering. Go ahead.
leaving us an example.
Leaving us a what?
Leaving us an example.
So when we think about the suffering that Yahushua did, we look at that as an example for our suffering. Just like my brother was saying, you got to strengthen. You getting your spiritual weight up. You getting your spiritual muscles on. Go ahead.
That you should follow his steps.
That he should what?
That you should follow his steps.
So this is how we follow his steps. This is how we do that, because the Mashiach did it. We can do it. And it's going, like I said before, it's going to make us more mature, make us more resilient. It's going to build us up. Brothers, stick to what you're doing. Don't fall off. Don't crash out. Keep doing everything you're supposed to do.
Out. Don't do
you
it.
know what I'm saying? Keep doing everything y'all supposed to do. I am proud of all y'all. And I'm going to say these brothers' names again. I'm talking about.
Go ahead.
I'm talking to Amarion, Jabari, Jesus, Jeremiah Payne, Jeremiah Cornett, Trey. I'm talking to Bradley. I'm talking to Elijah Cornett. I'm talking to Jonathan. He's the newest member of our congregation, and he's the young man that's trying to find his place in the world too. I'm talking to all these young men, and I want y'all to do better, not do better, because y'all are doing great. I want y'all to hold on, hang on, and keep doing the righteous acts. Okay, go ahead.
Let me get 1 Corinthians 10 and verse 11.
I thought you never asked.
And I'm done after this right here.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 11. It says, now all these things happen unto them for examples.
So ensamples.
Examples. Yes.
An ensample is an example for the inside. An example is what? For the outside.
Woo!
So when it's not something for everyone to see.
That's right.
It's an ensample for you to get it.
Right.
So when we're telling you to focus on Christ, yes, but it's something inside you that you need to lock in on and say, you know what? No, the Father ain't brought me this far for this.
That's right.
No, if Peter could walk on the water, if David could slay the giant, the Most High got me. This ain't nothing. This ain't a giant, nor is this a sea I need to walk over. Right? No, he said, no, all these happen for an inside. His father for some bread, is he gonna give him a rock? No, this is your father.
That's right.
Right? Read on.
It says, now all these things happen unto them for examples, and they are written for our admonition.
So this is written for to admonish us.
Yep.
It's written to admonish us. Read on.
Unto whom the ends of the world are come.
Okay, read on.
Verse 12. Wherefore, let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall.
He that standeth, meaning he that's standing through all of this bull.
Yep.
He just dealing with it. Like, oh my God, I'm so tired. Why I can't, what we love to say, why I can't catch a break? Yep. Why it keep happening to me? Why I can't? I guess, listen, none of us are exempt from that. We've all done it. We all do it.
Yep.
But we need lessons like this to say, you know what? No, I just heard how I'm supposed to deal with this.
Yep.
Right? We just heard that this is for an ensample. Go inside yourself and pull this out. I can do this because the Father is with me.
Yep.
Right? I can do this. He said he never gonna let me fail. I need to stick to the script, right? It's for our admonishment, right? For the ends of the world, the end of the world are come. Wherefore, let him that thinketh, this is talking to you, young men. He that stand, take heed lest he fall. Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Right.
Read
verse 13. There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man.
We all go through it, y'all.
Yep.
If you're going through something with your mom right now and you in the truth, I've done it. You're going through something with your dad in the truth, going through it. You having a hard time with the job, I've been there. You having a hard time with your lady, been there. You going through something with your kids. Been there. It's not nothing that we ain't done. Listen, we here for y'all if y'all need to talk.
That's right.
If you don't want to talk, you just want to get away and sit in the car and be quiet. I'm cool with that too. I get it. I do understand it. But we here for y'all.
That's right.
But it's what you dealing with. The Father is there for y'all.
That's
and he gonna get you through it. It's okay. It's not uncommon to man. You ain't the only person to ever deal with it.
Yep.
Read.
But Yahweh is faithful.
So you see that he faithful. He gonna be there. He told you he gonna be there. He gonna be there. Read.
Who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able.
I know it's hard, but you got this. I know. Listen, you bench pressing, it's heavy.
Yep.
Your elbows just trembling, right? You get lightheaded because you didn't took your last breath, but keep pushing, and you're gonna push it up, right?
That's right.
Read.
But will with the temptation also make a way to escape.
He got you. This is the faithfulness coming in. He go, listen, you know what? I got you regardless. Watch you endure and make it all the way through. But just in case you feel like you can't do it, I still got an escape hatch for you over here. He still got you. It don't matter. But the thing is, we need y'all to lock in on that faith, lock in on that endurance, because that's gonna make you a better you. He got you regardless. And if you move in that direction, you're moving out the way so he can now handle this situation for you. Go ahead.
That ye may be able to bear it.
You'll be able to bear it. Not escape it, but you'll be able to bear it, meaning to endure it.
To endure it. That's right.
Right?
That's right.
So it's whatever it is y'all dealing with, man, school, family, just life. We all going through it. We all dealing with it. Y'all not alone. It's hard. Life is life in all of us. Life the hell out of me on Sunday. All right. So it happens, y'all. But we gonna make it. We gonna endure because we got the Father with us. We gonna make it. We gonna endure because Christ said, I gave y'all the example on how to get through it. That's all I want to bring.
Man, that's right and exact. I love it. Hey, that's all we got today. We're sorry that the equipment was acting this way, acting all funky today, but we're gonna push through it in the name of by Hashem, Yahweh Shi'yah, Mashiach, Yahweh Shi'yah. We always want to do this. It's our hope and prayer that Israel be saved, that we seal the elect and get up out of here. And with that, we say shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, family.